Welcome to the SPL Show, and what a weekend it was in the AIA Singapore Premier League. 3 matches and big talking points in all of those matches, and today I can welcome Albirex Niigata onto the set after their big victory against Lion City Sailors. Jaswinder Singh, the assistant coach of the White Swans, and Hyrulnizam Juma'at, goalkeeper of Albirex Niigata. Thank you guys for joining me today, and I'll start with you, Jas.
Yes.
2 wins from 2 matches. Since the restarts, how is the atmosphere in the squad?
I think the atmosphere is great. I think the players are just going one game at a time, step at a time, and we're looking to put a run together that's going to keep us consistent and to aim towards the title.
Hyrulnizam, you were on the bench for this match. What were the emotions like watching it? What was the roller coaster of emotions?
Yeah, I mean, during the first half, we have been leading by 2-0. I thought that we have won it comfortably, same like the last time against Young Lions. Second half, things changed. I think Lion City Sailors put up a good fight, and indeed they scored a late equalizer. But a little bit of luck, I think we made it, and we pushed forward, and we managed to get the winning goal at the end.
Speaking about pushing forward, Jess, I know the team works really, really hard on fitness. Did that tell in the end?
Yeah, I think that extra edge that we had at the end to when everyone's tiring and we have that extra boost from all the work we've been doing, it proves the difference. It proved the difference at the end.
And for you, Alau, Fairuz Hassan, now part of the squad as well. How have you helped him adapt to a whole new environment, a whole different system of play?
I told him it's not easy. It's a different culture from every club that he goes to. Tell him to persevere and try to train hard, double like what he did before. He was first adamant about it. It was a bit pressured, but at the end of the day, with the support of the Japanese players and the assistant coach like Jess, he managed to pull through. And I think he really did really well for these 2 games that he has played.
Yeah, Fairuz Hassan starting the 2 matches for Albirex Niigata since signing with the White Swans. All right, we have to thank, first of all, 42 for furnishing the set. For all your furniture and lifestyle needs, go to 42.sg. There you go. Great supporters of the SPL Show. All right, so let's get on to the big one from the weekend. Albirex Niigata up against Lion City Sailors. Both teams coming into this match, coming off 4-0 victories. Will we see goals in this one? We certainly did. A very warm welcome to the Jurong East Stadium for today's AIA Singapore Premier League encounter between Albirex Niigata FC Singapore and the Lion City Sailors. And an intriguing matchup as Albirex Niigata have the potential to go top of the table. Just off camera, they go short, ball comes in. Hassan Sani gets something on it, but not enough. And Albirex Niigata take the lead. And it is the hitman up front, Tomoyuki Doi. It wasn't a clean claim by Hassan Sani, and he reacted quickest to the second ball. And Albirex Niigata go 1-0 up from the set piece. Lion City Sailors on the attack down the left. Hafiz Noor up against Ryo Sakuma looking for Song Yong. Cleared off the line by Kotaro Takida. Best spell of play by the Lion City Sailors. Tajali can't get a hit of Nagasawa. And it's opened up here for Nagasawa. Can he get a shot away? He does! And what a shot that is! A bullet of a strike into the back of the net. And Albirex Niigata go 2-0 up. And quick transition. Nagasawa turning Tajali. Raced into the area. Waited for the right time. Got a shot away. Near post. Pass Hassan Sani. And they are exerting their dominance here, the White Swans. Hafiz coming infield. Hafiz Noor with the fake when he get a shot away. Finds Saifullah. Plazibat. They're queuing up here. The header comes in. A chance for one back, and they do get one back. And Song Yong left unmarked in the back post. And they're back in this one. Lion City Sailors. And on 59 minutes, pulls one back. Who comes in by Yamazaki. Sakuma again. What was that? Push off the ball. Still alive for Gabriel Quack. Gabriel! They get the equalizer, Lion City Sailors, and it is something they deserve. With 2 minutes to go, they've huffed and they've puffed, but they're not hanging about here. They're calling for the players to retreat back. They think they can win this, the Lion City Sailors. Excellent play there by Akari, but still alive for Albirex Niigata. Doi to Hashioka. Hashioka still in the area. Hashioka! And they take the lead. And perhaps the victory, Albirex Niigata at the death. Dramatic scenes here at Jurong East Stadium. And it is Ryo Nishiguchi who will claim it at the far post. Near post. How unlucky can it be for Lion City Sailors? They were 2-0 down at the break. They fought back. A great football from them in the second half. But confirmation of the full-time score here at Jurong East Stadium. In dramatic scenes, Albirex Niigata 3, Lion City Sailors 2. Okay, Jess, drama. Did you feel you deserved that result at the end?
I felt for the work that we did in the first half especially, we definitely deserved the result. Like I said, we were very comfortable in the first half, and the Sailors came on and put on a bigger fight in the second half, and they definitely pushed us to the very end. Did we deserve it? Yes, we definitely did. Sometimes you need luck when you deserve it, and that worked out for us.
What changed at halftime? It was comfortable. There was no real dominant team in the first 45 minutes. You had the 2 chances, you took the 2 chances, went into the break, 2-0 up. Lion City Sailors then came into it in the second half. What did they do right, and what did you do wrong?
I think what they did was their players were they were on the bench. The national players and the Japanese defender were on the bench. I think they are their stronger players. And when they came in, these experienced heads coming into the game, so they kind of changed it for them. Their know-how and stuff like that.
So the big talking point from this match, and one of many, obviously, Alau, is the handball. Or was it a handball in the lead-up to the winner from Hashioka? I know Jazz has a strong opinion on that, but at the time, did you think that perhaps it might have come off his hand in the build-up?
From my point of view, from where I'm sitting and where the linesman is, I think it's a difficult call to judge, because I think I think he cannot see it, even for the referee, because everyone was going forward and there were bodies right in front of it. So it's hard to say unless we have a VAR system we can see. But we do what we do. I think it's luck at the end of it, and we need this luck because, you know, if we want to become champions, we need all the luck in the world, and this is one of the luck that we have going forward.
All right, so when the goal happened, where were you on the pitch?
So I was with the substitutes right in front of where Hashioka was, at the goal line, and he happened right in front of me. So for me, what I saw was he went off the top of his chest on the right side. So that's why from the back, it might look like it's his shoulder, upper arm or stuff, but it went off his chest.
Well, there you have it. I think Lion City Sailors will agree to disagree on that one. I know some strong statements on social media in terms of them thinking perhaps they were hard done by, but goal was given in the end. You know, you train with the front players of Albirex Niigata, Doi, Nishiguchi, you know, Fairuz Hassan now part of the squad as well, Nagasawa always a threat. How good are they going forward? Because I think we've seen in the past 2 matches since the restart especially, that now since you're getting the goals into the back of the net, that, you know, you have the ability to score. You're top scorers in the league as well, Alau. So how good are the front players of Albirex?
Yeah, for me, I'm a goalkeeper, so train with them and facing their shots like almost every day. I think all of them have a very good eye for goal, very sharp, good finishing as well. I think it's quite dangerous for any goalkeepers to face that kind of shot during the game. And you can tell, you can see from the table, from the top scorers, that where our players are, where our top scorer, the number of top scorers for our team. So we have 3 or 4 players right there sharing the top scorers chart.
Yeah, does it come as a surprise that they have this ability, or have they worked really, really hard over the break to improve even more now?
I think when they picked the players, they were handpicked for their abilities. And these 3-4 boys are sharpshooters in their own different ways. They all have different types of techniques and different type of approaches to the game when we're in that situation. In an attacking situation, in terms of hard work as well, yeah, these boys, they don't work, no one works harder than them every day in training. When practice is done, they're still going all out and training the extra half an hour on shots, on free kicks, on dribbling. Yeah, they do a lot of work to perfect the craft.
Allow just a word on Lion City Sailors. Star-studded as they may be, they have already 2 defeats this season. Yet to gel, I think is fair enough to say, but do they have the makings, if they do get it right, that they're going to be tough to beat?
Of course, I mean, like, they have a good side of players in their squad, and I think it take time. Coming after the circuit breaker, after 7 months of not playing, it will start as a, something new for them, because it's been a long time play. Every team does have that kind of problem, gelling up after 7 months of play. But at the end of the day, the league has to go on, and it's no longer a marathon, it's now a sprint.
Yeah.
So how we go there is a different thing. Yep.
Was it a good time to play them before they gel, and perhaps into November when they get a little bit more accustomed to each other?
I think it would have been the same, because we are also going through the same thing where we're starting our engines as well. So we have the same issues that they have. We are also coming off coronavirus, and so whether it was now or whether it was later, I think it would have been a good game either way.
Top of the table at the moment. You had that dominant run a couple of seasons ago, Albirex Niigata winning everything in Singapore football. Do you have what it takes to stay there until the end of the season?
Well, personally, I believe we do. I think the group of players that we have are very, very talented. They're young, they're energetic, and they all have that little hunger inside that you see usually in very, very good teams. Do we have it to go all the way? I think we do, but one step at a time.
Allow?
Of course, for myself, I think I really want to win the league. We really want to win the league. So it's a matter of like how much we want it. But as a club, I think we've been talking in the changing room that we really want this. The players want this to finish the season on a high, because it's a really bad year for everyone. So let's finish on a high by winning the league.
Albirex Niigata leading the way in the AIA Singapore Premier League. On Saturday, another match happened at our Tampines hub as Geylang International took on Balestier Khalsa. Balestier having the opportunity to go second in the table with victory. Here's what happened at OTH.
It's Geylang International against Balestier Khalsa, 2 of the founding members of what is now the Singapore Premier League. Over the top, looking for Nur Luckman again, who's got pace to burn, and this is going to hold up. Nur Luckman gets there. What's the cross like? It's decent. Can they get a finish on it? Yes, they can! It's off the crossbar. What a chance! Route 1, is the flag going to stay down there? I think it is, the flag is down. Great chance for East forehand for 1-0 Geylang, and he's put it into the side netting. They do try and play Anashino. It misses out Brandon Maguire, and it might still come to Zuzu. Zuzu into the area, beats his man, Zuzu, narrow angle! And you just wonder in hindsight whether he would have won a penalty if he went down. It was brave of him to carry on that run, but the best chance of the game so far for Balestier. Harith and Van Heusen linking up well so far today. Heads up, Hyrulnizam! What a score! Harith Kanadi, Chris Van Heusen, and Hyrulnizam with an exquisite headed finish. Elijah Lim does really well. That's a great cross. Krychek just wide. Nur Luckman into the area. Nur Luckman takes a tricky bounce, gets it back to Maguire. Good save, Zeifel. They're just going to try and clear this Balestier and get into the dressing rooms. Only 1 down. Maguire doesn't let them do that. It's come to Darren Tay. Squares it, chance for 2. And a really important block that might just keep Balestier in this game. We're now into time added on. Zuzu's on the chase. He might get there first. Zuzu goes down. And now the referee's got a decision to make. It's going to be a yellow card for Hyrule in a high-octane final 60 seconds to the first half. Oh, going through the back there with Zuzu, but no whistle. And Christian Krychek and Zuzu with Hoshino ahead as well as Haswan. Haswan drifts off for Krychek. Krychek goes himself! What a goal! Christian Krychek! He's levelling it up out of nothing. But Zulfimi knows what it's like to score a spectacular goal. And talking of spectacular goals, Zulfimi flags down, squares in, Khalsa lead! Haswan Halim has turned this game on its head after great work from the substitute Zulfimi. And Geylang International have been rocked by 2 goals in 5 minutes. Krychek to deliver the corner. Near post, and the keeper's punched it into his own net. And that should be that for Balestier Khalsa, 1-0 down at half-time. They lead 3-1 with 10 to play, and the replay will tell us more, but my first reaction was it's not a replay that Hyrule want to see. For isn't it this? Yeah, the keeper's effectively, as he punched that into the back of another Geylang player, as they punched that into his net himself. The Eagles are going to be beaten, but they're going to bow out with a bit of pride. Van Heusen looks for a green and white head. They get it back across the middle, and they are going to pull one back right on full time. It's Barry Maguire. Have they got enough time to restart and get a third? Full-time whistle goes back at 94 minutes. Marko Krajovic has seen Balestier Tigers go 5 games unbeaten for the first time in 5 years. It's finished here. Geylang International 2, Balestier Khalsa 3.
Yeah, how do you explain that game of football, Jess? A game of 2 halves, Geylang with plenty of opportunities, just couldn't make it count, and Balestier in the second half coming up strong. It's a tough one to take for Noali, because going forward, they do have the players and they are scoring goals, just leaking goals at the back now. 7 goals conceded in 2 matches.
I think Geylang is a very, very attacking-minded team. They have a lot of young talent, experienced heads as well, but they're very attacking, very, very quick. But Balestier, on the other hand, is a team that has a structure of what they want to do in the game, and that's how it's. Every game they play the same way. They're going to come through the 2 strikers at the top, and that's what caused Geylang at the end.
Yeah, 1-0 up at the break. Christian Krychek with contender for goal of the season there. How did he have that space though to run from midfield all the way through?
I think, like I say, their front forwards are very good in their attacking, but whenever from transition play from attack to defense, I think they're a little bit, they have a disadvantage there. You can see the first and the second goal, both are transition from their defense to attack. So I think they need to work more on their transition play going forward. As you can see, first half, like they had a lot of chances to score like 2 or 3 goals, but again, I think Balestier managed to find out that the mistake that they did, and they capitalized it on the second half.
Do you feel sorry for him? Do you feel for him for that own goal that he conceded? Was there miscommunication between him and the man on the post, you think?
Yes, as a keeper, I think it's not easy for Hyrule. I think he doesn't really play much, and after the suspension of Zaino, I think this is his best chance to prove himself that he can play much more longer than Zaino. So now it's up to Coach Noadi to pick who's the better starter for the next few games.
Balestier up to second. Should we be taking them seriously as title contenders?
Well, I don't think they got here by fluke, right? So I think, like I said, they have a structure. They know what they're doing, and almost every game, it's very obvious of what they're trying to do on the field, and they're very tough to break down. They're a very, very tough team, very physical, very strong, and I think they are where they should be.
Would you say that man for man, their first 11 is as good as anyone in the league, but the test will come when more games come in November, in December, where the squad might be tested?
Of course, I think that's the case for everybody as well. Like we are all in the situation where, like Alau said earlier, it's a sprint. Everyone's going to be tested, and the team that's going to be the most injury-free and the most fitness problem-free is the one that's going to be at the top at the end.
So we saw Balestier Khalsa go up to second in the table. Albirex, of course, number 1. And on Sunday, our attention turned to the bottom 2 of the table, the bottom 2 in Young Lions and Tanjong Pagar United, going head-to-head at the Jurong West Stadium, a chance for both teams to get their first win of the season. The bottom 2 slug it out here at Jurong West Stadium. Young Lions calling Jurong West Stadium home, bottom of the table, 0 points from 4 matches, and Tanjong Pagar United in 8th, 2 points from their 4 matches played. Tanjong Pagar United will feel that they have the strength and depth as this cross comes in from Tanaka. And a free header there by Shodai Nishikawa. He wasn't picked up. Perhaps an opportunity to make something count from this set-piece situation. Nur Adam just standing over it. Decent ball in. And that's a goal for the Young Lions. Jacob Mahler will claim it. And they take the lead here at Jurong West Stadium. 9 minutes into the second half. And joy for Nazri Nasir. There's Mark Ryan Tan. Good reverse ball. Hyrulnizam to make it 2. And does. Cool, calm, collected by Hyrulnizam Mazlan. And Young Lions go 2-0 up against Tanjong Pagar United. Taking on Hyrulnizam. Ball into the area. Flick comes in. And they pull one back. And guess who? Luis Jr. First goal of the season. And there's life for Tanjong Pagar United. Good ball in here. There is the aerial threat we're talking about. Luis Jr. marked by 2 Young Lions players. Bullet of a header. No chance for Ridwan Fikri. Shahib gets a decent ball in. Headed away by Tanaka. Still alive. Shot comes in. And did he get a touch at the end there? Fasha Iskandar. No, says the referee. Tanaka. Ball into the area. Is bobbling around and did it come off the post? Took it short. No one picking up that. It did come off the post. Still Draki. He's going all the way, Draki Adnan. He's gone here. What a save, Fasha Iskandar. Beats 2, beats 3, beats 4. Beats Jan Mota twice. And there goes the full-time whistle by referee Shakawi Buhari. And the Young Lions have done it. Against all the odds, they have come away with the victory against Tanjong Pagar United. Big 3 points. They are off the bottom of the table. As I said, 3 big results over the weekend, but perhaps that, for me personally, the biggest one, because for Young Lions, they came into this game just the 4 substitutes, ravaged by injuries, players missing due to national service commitments. I think up to 7 players serving their national service. And to come up with that performance with young players like Khairi Nadim, Mark Ryan Tan, Hyrulnizam Mazlan, to come away with victory against Tanjong Pagar United, who had experienced players out there, and foreigners like Jan Mota and Nishikawa and Luis Jr. Where did that performance come from, Jazz? Because that for me is unbelievable.
I think when you watch Young Lions play, even when we played them last week, they're a good team. They're just young and inexperienced. And that energy and zest that they bring into every game, it was gonna prove for their own good at some point. And as the games have gone on, they're a hard-working team. Even against us, they gave us a couple of scares here and there. And I think Young Lions works really hard. The players, all of them work very, very hard. And eventually, they got the result they wanted.
Yeah, it was a captain's goal by Jacob Mahler there. Alau, I think known more as a central midfielder. That's where he made his debut for the Singapore national team. Now as centre back, and maybe his presence at the back is needed to kind of help the younger teammates around him.
Yes, of course. As a captain of the club, I think playing in centre midfield for almost like the whole of last season, and players are missing from the Young Lions squad. So he really need to step up and be a leader right now to show these new boys, these inexperienced boys, what is it like to play in a top level football. So he need to be at the back leading the players, so that at least there's a voice in the back that's saying from Jacob saying that, hey, I'm going to lead you guys, don't worry, I'm here to help you. So it's very, very good, positive from Young Lions coming out of victory, especially with Tanjong Pagar side, like you said, foreigners, some experienced players on their side. But again, I think hats off to Young Lions, because I think with young players coming in and all that, I hope that, they can go really forward and, like you say, like the Singapore football, I think we need these young talents to go up, and we need these players to play more games to become better. So it's good for our football, so that they have more games to play in the future. So because these players, the next step will be the national team players. Yeah. So more game for them, the better they are.
Yeah, online I was seeing perhaps SEA Games gold medal for 2021 because of that performance against Tanjong Pagar United. But just let's turn our attention to Tanjong Pagar United. Did you like the way they set up? It seemed to be 4-5-1 at the start of the game. Would you have preferred them looking at perhaps a depleted Young Lions side to perhaps be a more offensive? Luis Jr. was on the bench, not fully fit, of course, but Ignatius Ang, Surya Prakash, both were on the bench as well, and were brought on later on in the second half. But should they have gone for it from the very start?
I think they had a game plan. I think that's a system they've been working for. Like we said earlier, like every team is trying to work out its kinks as they go. So this is a conservative way to start the game, maybe get a feel for it. And if you know Young Lions is a fast, quick team, so by having a 4-5-1 formation, maybe that's how they were going to counter that speed and that attacking flair that the young boys have. So that way, like I said, it's a conservative way to start the game. So going forward, they could have changed it should they have needed the right changes.
Was it a shock for you when you saw the result as it happened?
Yeah, actually, I was sitting with Alao yesterday after training.
We were training yesterday, so I forgot to flip out my handphone and said, yeah, what Young Lions leading 2-0?
And then we were changing and we were watching the game on the bench at Jurong East while, we were shocked.
Yeah, it was a shocking result, but a player that has been brought in for the Young Lions is someone that you know well, Zamani Zamri, as well. So another experienced head, having played professional football last season. What does he bring to the team?
I think what does he bring to his experience from what he learned from our club, Japanese mindset and all that. I really hope that he really bring what he has learned here to Young Lions, so that, you know, it's not that much, but at least he brings a little bit of experience, what he has learned, fighting spirit, so that other players can see what he has gone through from his time at Albirex. Zamani is a good player. Last game we played them, I think he did give us some problems. The first 15 minutes, I think they had 3 chances, and all coming from him. And I think I see him growing as a player in the future, so I hope he doesn't stop here and keep on working hard. He's currently serving his NS now, so good news that he'll be finishing within like 1 year. So he had more playing time now while serving NS, so good news for him.
Yeah, he's bulked up as well, I think, because of national service as well. Just talking about players missing for the Young Lions, for Tanjong Pagar United, they didn't have Jaswinder, who was suspended. Farid's not in the matchday squad. Did they miss that leadership at the back?
Yeah, I think for sure. Jaswinder, I think, is an ex-national player, Farid as well. And these are experienced heads for them, right? And I think they're starting players as well. So these guys would have definitely shored up the defense, especially Farid and Del in the middle. Yeah.
All right, so confirmation of the results over the weekend. 3 big results, talking points in all 3 matches. First at Jurong East Stadium, Albirex Niigata, last-minute winner against Lion City Sailors, and according to Jess, not a handball in the build-up to the winner for Nishiguchi. At OTH, Geylang International lose for the 2nd week running, this time against Balestier Khalsa, who go up to 2nd in the table. And on Sunday, Young Lions, with their first win of the season, enough to get them off the foot of the table, now occupied by Tanjong Pagar United. Young Lions 2, Tanjong Pagar United 1 at the Jurong West Stadium. Let's have a look at the top goal scorers. And for Jess and for Alao, you'll like this, you'll enjoy it.
Yep.
Stipe Plazibat leads the way with 7 goals, drew a blank against Albirex. But look at that, Nishiguchi on 5, Doi on 4, Taniguchi 3, Nagasawa 3. And you like spreading the goals around, isn't it? Is it nice to see that, you know, there's obviously as a striker you feel selfish, you want to score goals. I know Doi has scored, has took the most shots in the league compared to anyone else. But is there a sense that, you know, it's a developmental squad for them, similar to the Young Lions, but these guys coming in to professional football, some for the very first time, that they're trying to prove a point, that they're going to look on for bigger and better things in their career, and this is like almost a stepping stone. And people are looking at them scoring, but also assisting, and the overall package from them. Do you get a sense of that when they come here to Singapore to play?
For me, it's teamwork. I mean, like whoever has the best opportunity, best position to score, you score. For them, they really take their responsibility well. When they're in good positions, they take shot, and there you are. They got the goal. The table never lie. 4 players from our team is there. They are not shy to take shots. So whoever is playing or whatsoever, they just take you on and just give you a hard time.
Jess, do these players have like something to prove now? Like they've been waiting for professional football. They've come all the way to Singapore to further their professional careers, and now they have the opportunity to see out the season, and it's going to be a very short season for them, that every game really counts for them at this point.
Yeah, like we spoke earlier in the year about how these guys are away from home for a very, very long time. And they've came here with the objective of winning the league. And every one of them, like you said, it's a stepping stone for them to go forward into their careers. And in a way, it's like a mini trial before they go for, it's a elongated trial before they go for to J1 or J2 or J3. These guys work very, very hard, and they push themselves every day. And eventually, it's showing. These guys come out, they push and push and push, work so hard, take whatever chances they got to score any goals, and as many goals as they can. Like I said, it's a trial. Everyone gets to see them on show.
I'll end it off with you. We've seen over the years Albirex Niigata players moving on. Just mentioned J1, J2, J3, but also to other parts of Southeast Asia, even within the Singapore Premier League. We've seen so many Albirex players move within the Singapore Premier League after a good performance. Has the Albirex Niigata project worked over the course of, since the very start, since the inception, over the course of, what, 8-9 years?
I mean, for now, I think for the past 2 seasons, I think Albirex Niigata Singapore has introduced Singapore players. I think it's a really good project for our younger players to learn the culture of Japanese football. These young players may not know what is it like to play against a Japanese player who are a different culture from what they have played for the last 10 years, grassroots football in Singapore, than playing against these Japanese players who the same age, but you know, a different culture, different mindset on what they have in training. As for the Japanese players, when they come here, I think for them, I think this is their platform to go to venture themselves where they want to be. Whether they land themselves here in Singapore or back home is a different story. How they play in this league. So if they play well, they will land themselves big contracts here in Singapore or back home. For me, when I spoke most of them, Japanese player, I think it's not easy to go back home to play at J3 level. So you can see what's the level like here in Singapore. So we must look ourselves and how we want to improve further. We must, like, how do you call it, learn from them. Even as a young player, so we need to like have this kind of two-way communication to make ourselves better and learn as much thing from them, because they, you know, football for them, I think, is their #1 priority. Yep.
Yeah, well, it's fantastic for Albirex Niigata to have them in the AIA Singapore Premier League, and they lead the way. Top of the table after fantastic start since the restart. I would like to thank Jess and Ala for joining me on the SPL show. What a weekend it has been, and we're looking forward to more great football in the coming weeks in the AIA Singapore Premier League.